Dominion International Petroleum Limited, DIPL, is a privately held and wholly owned Ghanaian company. It was founded by the late Mr. David Lamptey and Dr. Mrs. Gifty Lamptey. It was registered under the laws of Ghana in 2009 to participate in the downstream energy sector as a bulk distribution oil company. The company is under the able leadership of Mr. David Jones Mensah, a young and dynamic entrepreneur.
I'm the CEO of Sidaco Group of Companies. Sidaco Group of Companies is made up of Sidaco Inputs, Dominion Petroleum Industry, and we have Empire Concrete, and then we have Sidaco Construction.
With over 7 years experience and knowledge of the petroleum industry, we at Dominion Petroleum are dedicated to provide the best energy solutions to our valued customers, to people in Ghana, as well as the West African sub-region. Our team is equipped with the best personnel to deliver all your petroleum-related services.
Wow, I have with me a special person. I'm so honored to be here with Mr. David Jones, who is the Managing Director of Petroleum Limited Ghana. Mr. Jones.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an inspiration to be here today, as well as I'm highly humbled to be recognized as one of the members of the CEO Hall of Fame. And I'll give you a brief background of what my company does. My company is called Dominion International Petroleum Limited. We specialize in the supply and distribution of petroleum products such as crude oil, LPG, diesel, petrol, kerosene, and the likes. So we are licensed by the National Petroleum Authority in Ghana, and the company was incorporated in 2009. We began operations in 2012, started with a full cargo of petrol and diesel, and we've been able to gain a lot of grounds in terms of market share since our inception. And the company is part of a subsidiary, part of a group of companies known as the Sidaco Group of Companies, which has core competences and presence in distinctive industries from agrochemical to hospitality to real estate and construction. It's a big conglomerate, and Dominion is one of the core subsidiaries which started after the parent company's successes. So we in Dominion, we intend to replicate the model the family business was built on, in relation to the fact that we have a strong work ethic, we have passion for what we do, and an unprecedented integrity when it comes to the supply and distribution of petroleum products to people in Ghana and across West Africa. Some of our key off-takers are Shell, Total, Engine, Unity, and some key indigenous companies in Ghana.
We have a group of companies, different, and I see one is different products and different companies. You want to share a little bit about the different companies and their roles?
Yeah. Okay, Sidaco is our parent company. Sidaco deals with agrochemicals. It was the first of its kind in Ghana and the West African sub-region. We started off with liquid agrochemicals, then we branched into organic agrochemicals. We have a blending plant in We are the largest distributors of liquid fertilizers in Ghana, and we are gaining traction and market share in organic distribution of fertilizers as well. And in relation to the construction company, it's called Empire Concretes. Empire Concretes specializes in the supply of premixed concrete, which wasn't in existence before they established Empire Concrete. So we serve our clients with all the industrial, be it industrial individual clients with concrete materials spanning from blocks to anything concrete originated. And the good thing about Empire Concrete is they have the supply chain integration. So they have a quarry, and they have that supplies the raw materials for mixing the concrete, then further supply to our off-takers. So we have a full-blown development company, and it's in the heart of Accra. It's also building the third largest hotel in Ghana, and it's in close proximity to the airport.
You know, David, you talk about your company involved in different groups. What makes your company unique? Because you're supplying Shell, diesel, and a lot of companies do that. What is unique about your company? How earlier you said it's a family business. Is it that culture, that relationship that you have with other companies?
Yes, I think the family business underpins our principles when it comes to our business activities. We believe in treating each and every customer of ours as a family, so we remain loyal to the customer. And the key, I think, selling point for Dominion is that we have consistency and reliability when it comes to the supply of petroleum products. And another good thing about us is that we have a strong presence in the market when it comes to the distribution and supply of petroleum products.
When you say a strong presence in the market, tell us about your footprint in Africa. Where in Africa are you based, and where is your footprint?
Okay, so Dominion originates from Ghana, and our footprints can be located, and we've done business in Equatorial Guinea, we've done business in our neighboring countries in Ghana, from Togo to other neighboring countries like Mali, Burkina, and stuff like that. We've supplied them with diesel, crude oil, petrol, and the likes. So we have a strong presence, and regardless of the challenges we face in the industry, how turbulent it can be, we normally have a skilled management team that can develop strategies to this ever-changing industry in order to give us a competitive edge over most of our competitors.
Now you talk about most of your competitors. Looking ahead into the future, what different innovations do you have towards your competitors, and what new ideas do you have and creative ideas do you have for the future?
So one innovative idea we have is to look into renewable energy and also sidestep the competition when it comes to everyone focusing on the main selling petroleum products like diesel and petrol. Want to take into consideration LPG, RFO, residual fuel oil, and other specialized petroleum products which are growing drastically in the market we find ourselves in.
When you talk of renewable energy, that is critical. It's causing trouble in the environment.
Yeah.
You know, what steps are you taking with petroleum in that capacity?
Okay, so one of our corporate social responsibility is to reduce our carbon footprint in the petroleum industry in Ghana. So we set out to plant about 1,000 trees annually to reduce the carbon footprint, and we wanted to create a lot of awareness when it comes to how dangerous petroleum products can be harmful to the economy as well as individuals. So we take an environmentally friendly approach to make sure everything is done in a proper manner, and also to please our off-takers, environment regulators, and each and every stakeholder in the industry and across industries.
You know, you talk about making a difference to the environment. With regarding to company and people development, are you involved socially apart from the environment in the communities and societies?
Yes, we do a lot of donations to children's homes because we have a passion for the youth, and we have a passion for making sure we curb the unemployment rate in our country. So that's one of the bold steps we've taken, to also empower these less privileged individuals with the adequate education they need to equip them for the future.
Today's learners are tomorrow's leaders.
Definitely.
And you are one of those leaders. And what, I see your history is from law.
Yeah.
Law and petroleum, what is the link? Is it the family, or what is the link?
I think law has been a passion of mine since I was very young. And to have the combination of law and business, so I started off with an undergrad in law as well as a Master of Laws in International and Commercial Law with a specialism in oil and gas. And after a couple of years, I did that at the University of Buckingham, and I moved to Imperial College London to study business management, Master of Science in Business Management. So it gave me that dynamic in terms of trying to be versatile when it comes to my career, and especially the oil and gas industry, which is a capacity building industry, and it drives the GDP of the country. So there are a lot of opportunities there, and there are a lot of avenues and ways to help curb the unemployment rate in the country.
That's really nice. And with regard to Dominion International, where's the future? Where do we go to from here?
So the future, our long-term vision is to build a fully integrated storage facility that serves the needs of customers that want to store diesel, petrol, crude oil, LPG, and the likes, so that we can actually realize the vision of making Africa a petroleum hub and maximize our value addition when it comes to the access to raw materials, and how we can add value to that and expand as time goes on to supply other continents.
Tell me about Africa and South Africa. Is there a footprint in South Africa, or in the near future that you'll be involved in South Africa?
Yes, we are strongly considering a footprint in South Africa, because that's one of our firm goals when it comes to establishing ourselves, not just in Ghana or West Africa, but spanning across to South Africa, to ensure that it's an integrated and open approach to making sure we always are in a position to solve the energy security in our continent.
And talking of the leadership and our country and being a leader at the African People Leaders of the Year Awards, what are your thoughts, being honored and recognized with this, and leaders? How did it start with you as a leader? What is the journey of a leader with Brother David?
I think I was thrown into the leadership role at a very young age, and I had no option but to adapt to it, as well as I'm not just doing this for myself but for the youth, because the future belongs to the youth, and this should be an inspiration to them. And this recognition is not just based on my accomplishments, it's a symbol of what the future holds in terms of young entrepreneurs and their vision for the continent.
And your company regarding young entrepreneurs, they're very involved with that, and I see you doing the other projects, upskilling them?
Yes, they are. We have a youthful team. At the same time, we have a balance between that and older staff to create the perfect diversification and combination to run the company.
In one of the awards winners of tonight, what message do you have for Africa from Ghana, from your company?
I'm very humbled to be recognized, and this is not for me, but it's for the youth of Africa.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, sharing your insights, sharing your innovativeness and Ghana and the leadership role you go, and the family relationship you've built. Thank you so much for your time, David.
Thank you.
It's an honor having you in South Africa. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.